There's one thing that's going to keep you going on your path to excellence and self-improvement as a man, that even if you're going through some tribulations, this is always the thing that you can refer back to if you ever get in a space where you're feeling like you're kind of off your track a little bit. So let's get into it. What is up, man? It has been quite a while since I've done a long form YouTube video like this, but we're back at it, and there's good reason for it, and it actually also ties into the topic that I want to discuss today on this video. If you've been following my previous videos on here, you'll see that I'm actually been working through a surgery. I had my meniscus repaired with an ACL reconstruction, so I haven't been able to walk, haven't been able to really move or do too much that I normally do, which is a real pain in the ass. I only had like 1 week of being really mentally down, but then I kind of got over it and understood what I needed to do in terms of my vision and what was important to my life, which ties into the topic. You know, it's having a vision. Men, you need a vision. You absolutely need a vision. Everybody talks about it, but nobody really gets into depth with how to come up with a vision or why, you know, it's so critical for you to stay focused. So I'm going to get into that today, how to craft your vision, what that even means, and how it's going to help you moving forward. First, I want to discuss what is your vision, right? So your vision is essentially your life's goal. What do you want your life to look like in the next 3 years, the next 5 years, so on and so forth? Most guys don't actually take the time to think about this. They're just so caught up in life, you know, especially in 2023, almost 2024, we're so caught up in social media and what's going on in the news and what our friends are talking about, what's popular, what's the topic on the mainstream, what's being discussed politically right now. All these things distract us from actually working on ourselves. And I hope you know this. If you're watching this channel, most likely you understand that it's all programmed for you to be distracted, lost, confused, weak, and just disempowered. So the less you tap into that, the more you tap into yourself and being clear with your life, your vision, your goals and aspirations, you'll always be one step ahead of the curve. So how can you start to do this? How do you neglect some of that negative influence and start to tap into your own intuition? And, you know, you can call that talking to God, being aligned with a higher power. How do you do that? Well, the main thing that I always say is to be alone. Spending time alone is so critical. Going for walks outside in nature is vital. And that was one of the things that I missed the most when I was laid up and I had crutches and I was in my brace. I couldn't walk. I literally couldn't go outside and enjoy the most basic thing that human beings can enjoy: walking. You know, you don't realize how much of that stuff you take for granted until it's taken away from you. So that's what I've been doing lately, is going on walks and getting back to being outside, being in nature, being in silence. That's the main key here, is being in silence. Because if you're always stimulated, it's hard to formulate your own thoughts. And this is something that's really important that I hope you write down. Every single person on planet Earth, and I mean everybody, has a level of infinite intelligence that exists within them, meaning that you know the right answer to your problems. You know what you need to do. You have a calling that's going in a certain direction. You know this instinctively already. But it's not that loud if you're constantly distracted by the things I just mentioned. Everybody has this. You can call this intuition, you can call this gut feeling, you can call this being aligned with your higher self, you know, consciousness, you can call this talking to God, whatever you want to label it. This is what I'm talking about. Everybody has this, but you can't actually be aligned with that unless you disconnect from the bullshit that is just constantly getting fed to you by outside forces. So in practical terms, that means being by yourself, scheduling time alone in little parts of your day, 30 minutes a day, maybe an hour a day. And then you start to really become addicted to it. You start to crave that alone time. You start to crave that silence. Now, I'm not going to tell you to be full, hermit and never go outside, never talk to people. I encourage social skills. I encourage being a charismatic social guy on this channel. So I'm not saying to never talk to people. I'm just saying the relationships you build with others cannot really fully be there until you develop that relationship with yourself. That's number one, your self priority. That's why I say in every video, it starts with you, because it really does. That's what vision is. Now I'm going to talk about why it's so freaking important for you to achieve your goals, no matter what they are. You see, most guys, they walk through life completely clueless. I guarantee you, if I go on the street right now and I pick out a random guy and I ask him, what do you want out of life? Now, this is assuming that he's open to the conversation and he's going to answer me. And I ask him, what do you want out of life? 9 times out of 10, that guy's going to say, I don't know. Or he's going to say, I just want to get rich, maybe fuck some girls, I don't know, ride on yachts all day. If that's your goal, cool. You want to be rich? Awesome. You want an abundance of women? Great. But the problem is, how are you going to get there? And why are those things important? 2 things you typically don't ask yourself. So the whole point of visioning is to get clear not only with the what, but the why those things are important in your life. Currently, I'm working with a client, and that's exactly what we're talking about, is getting clear on his vision. He knows what he needs to do. He knows what is important to him in terms of self-improvement and having better income, but he's not clear on the vision, on exactly why that's important and what that exactly looks like in his life. I could tell you clearly what my vision is for myself. My vision is to blow this channel up on YouTube as well as Instagram and TikTok, to gain tens and hundreds and thousands of subscribers, but mainly have the reach so I can inspire hundreds and thousands of men across the world to become the best versions of themselves as I continue to do the same thing in my life. I'm showing by example. I'm leading by example. I'm doing the things in my life with health, with business, with social skills, with romantic relationships, and all of these things that I'm trying to grow, I'm sharing with the world through my content and growing my coaching business, getting at least 3 to 5 clients per month, closing at a $5,000 to $6,000 clip per month in my business so I can go full time. And then eventually what I want to start doing and start marketing is having in-person events so I can start my public speaking career, start doing that in the next couple years. I want to also get into real estate and have at least 5 to 6 streams of income to where I never have to worry about money again. Eventually, I would like to find a wife, a woman to be my partner, my ride or die, a girl that supports the things that I'm doing and probably is even involved in my business, and eventually have kids, have my own family, while all of this really becomes my legacy, my business, my brand, my life, and my family. That is my vision. It is very clear. It's very easy for me to articulate because I've thought about this for so long. Even when things happen in my life, like I had surgery and I couldn't walk and I couldn't move, the crazy thing is I was actually traveling during that whole experience. So one thing I forgot to document in my content was I was going to Los Angeles almost every weekend for a leadership program. And in this program, we were talking about things that were holding us back. Past issues, traumas, and things that were getting in the way of actually living out our life vision. And for me, it was super eye-opening. I learned why I was holding myself back and how I was doing so, by playing small, by being scared, by not speaking up and being truthful when I wanted to, and being in a position of authority and leadership to those around me. So that was huge for me. I had to learn why that happened, and a lot of it was because of upbringing. You know, your parents and the way they influenced you, and how that affects your ability to believe in yourself. Like, I didn't have self-worth when I was a kid. I didn't have confidence. I didn't have any of that. I had to learn what it meant to be a man because, you know, my father didn't learn that in his life. So he reflected that in his raising of me. Again, still love my parents, still really respect the fact that they helped me to their best ability. But, you know, it affects everybody when you don't work on yourself and you don't have a clear vision. You can see how that affects your future generation if you choose to have kids or a family in your life. So it matters. It's so freaking important. So my point is, even when I was traveling and when I was doing all these things, my vision was still clear. I was doing this because of my business. I was doing this for my content. I was doing this for you. so I can serve you better with, I don't know, it could be coaching, it could be just free value from this content, it could be any future programs I have later on in life, anything. I'm doing this for your benefit as well. So I believe masculinity is all about service. If you got to grow yourself, you got to make sure that you're the best version of yourself. You're strong, you're capable, you're competent, you're confident in yourself, so you can serve the greater good, so you can serve humanity and make the world a better place. That's just my definition. I talked about that a lot on this channel, about how men are builders. We create things for the world, for society, for people, and for ourselves. That's also my vision, and that's why I stick to doing things like this. That's why I never give up on content or my business or brand. I mean, that's why I made this studio. Like, I created all these things because my vision is so strong, and I realized these are the things I wanted to help push my vision forward, to help expand my reach and my brand and the things that I'm building. And you can do the same thing. Maybe not a content creator, maybe that's not in your vision, but whatever you're trying to do, you can create it. It's just a matter of having a strong vision and a strong enough why. I really hope this message lands for you. I'm telling you, so many men don't know what the fuck they want to do. They don't have a strong vision. They don't have any ambition to make themselves better or have a plan for how the hell they're even going to do that. So if you really stick to this and you take this seriously, you're going to be leagues ahead of the average man. Seriously, this is not something you want to skip over. If you need help with it, let me know. That's what I'm here for. You know, we could talk on a discovery call and talk about your vision and how to do that. If you want to come in contact with me, my links are down below. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Comment your thoughts down below. Let me know. Are you clear on your vision? Do you know the things you want out of life? Let me know. Let me know what you want. I want to make this as very interactive as I can and get to know my audience on a deeper level. So let me know what you are trying to create in your life, what is important to you. And subscribe to the channel if you enjoy content around men's self-improvement, creating a better lifestyle, and enhancing the quality of your relationships. I personally think I'm the best men's channel out there because I have such a balanced perspective and talk about a lot of different things. But hey, time will tell. The proof will be in my vision. See this in 5 years and you know, we'll see for ourselves. That's pretty much it for the topic. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you took a lot of value from this and can relate and start to apply the things that I mentioned here in this video. So that's it, man. I'm gonna get going. Hopefully you have a great rest of your day. Remember, everything truly does start with you. Peace out, man.